Hi there, it's Mary Charleson here from 5minutemarketing.com, and I'm just up here with my dog Ember, as you may have caught in the background there, catching the dying days of skiing up here at Cypress Mountain, back here in Canada from Bathurst, Australia last week, and wanted to share with you a couple of things that are coming up in this week's blog post. First and foremost, somebody encouraged me to take off my sunglasses in my videos, and when I'm staring directly into the sun, I'm pretty squinty-eyed, so I'm gonna try this for part of the video just so you can actually make a connection and see my eyes behind the lenses. So this week's content, what I'm taking a look at is basically kind of making the most of experiences and putting them into blog posts for creating content in batches. Where I'm going with this is I'm taking a bit of a kind of a tip from some of the things I'm doing in carryonqueen.com, which is my travel writing website. On the way back on the plane, I sort of, brainstormed a whole bunch of topics and areas that I can cover for upcoming travel posts and travel articles, and sort of brainstormed those all out. I had a big list of about 20 possible kind of areas. And then I decided to apply the matrix concept to it. And with each of these content ideas, come up with a how-to, top tips, and let's see, I got to remember all these things. There's the how-to, the must-see, and the top tips were kind of three kind of areas that I expand out on the matrix. And then a fourth one possibly is kind of reflections, kind of more of an internal kind of, meaning and what I got out of some of those experiences. So as an example, one of them might be, our kite surfing experience up in Noosa in terms of travel. And there will be a how-to, there will be a top tips, learn from it, and then some things in terms of must-see on our trip up and back from that as an example. And then obviously the fourth one would be reflections on the experience, things learned, a bit of an internal kind of reflection on what we got out of it. But this kind of concept in terms of matrix can be applied to all of our content pieces. So as an example, in 5-minute marketing, this week I'm taking a look at this as the concept, but it can be applied right across the board. As an example, last week I took a look at unusual destination places in terms of destinations for restaurants and how they're using that as part of their promotion. And so we could take a look at that in terms of how to do it, top tips for thinking strategically and basically disrupting your space, and then top tips for what I've observed or what we've seen in terms of other disruptors out there in the space, as an example. So this week's blog post takes a look at this. I'll put together a bit of a matrix and show you how this can work in a variety of categories, whether it be in terms of writing for business or obviously for, in this particular case, I was talking about things related to travel. So the idea of the content matrix and then how you can use that for writing, but also for videoing and for podcasts or however you choose to create your content. Videos, posts. There's my dog Ember in the background. Anyway, that's it for this week. We will see you next week. From Vancouver is the plan, trying to keep my feet firmly planted on the ground here and sleep in my own bed for at least another week. Anyway, we'll talk to you soon. See you next week.